Hello everyone, welcome to Mentor Buddy. This is your mentor Akhil. Today we are going to discuss the question which is based on LCM and HCF. LCM which stands for least common multiple and HCF which stands for highest common factor. Now coming directly to the question first. Question says there are 4 bells that heard at an interval of 6, 8, 12 and 18 seconds respectively since 12 o'clock. So how many times can they be heard simultaneously within 6 minutes of the time excluding the time of the rest or the time of the start? Implies whatever the bell rang at 12 o'clock, we need not to consider that time. A part of that, in a span of another 6 minutes, whatever the number of times the bells are going to rang together, we need to figure out, and the respective options are 6, 5, 8 and 9, and we have to figure out the right answer. Now in order to solve these kind of question, let's understand the basic logic that is of LCM. Now coming directly to the concept. Now in order to understand the concept of the same, let's say I have considered a situation. Right now there are 3 bells: bell A, bell B and bell C. So the bell A rings after every 2 seconds, bell B after every 3 seconds and bell C after every 5 seconds respectively. And let's say the question is, in a span of 1 hour, how many times the 3 bells are going to ring all together? Right, the question is, in a span of 1 hour the 3 bells are going to ring all together how many times? So if the status is of bell A we see, so bell A is ringing after every 2 seconds. So it must be ringing after every 2 seconds. So next time it must be ringing at 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 seconds and so on. Bell B, which is ringing after every 3 seconds, next it must be ringing after 6 seconds, 9 second, 12 second and so on. Similarly, bell C will be ringing after every 5 seconds, then 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds and so on. So this is going to be the status of the 3 bells, that is A, B and C of ringing. Now what is the very first common time when the 3 bells are going to ring all together? That is going to be the very first common multiple. That will be the least common multiple of these numbers. So the very first time when the 3 bells are going to ring all together will be LCM of time taken by A, time taken by B and time taken by C. So LCM of time taken by A was 2 seconds, B was 3 seconds and C was 5 seconds. So as we can see in number 2, 3 and 5, if we are going to take the LCM of 2, 3 and 5, it will become 2 1 times, that will be 3 and 5, there will be 3 again 1 times, will be remaining 5 and there will be 5 again 1 times. So that will be equals to, LCM will be equals to 2 into 3 into 5, that will be equals to 30 seconds. And one another thing what we can observe over here in order to calculate the LCM of 2, 3 and 5, so there is no prime factor is common in 2, 3 and 5. There is no prime factor is common in 2, 3 and 5, so simply their product will be there going to be the LCM. If no prime factor is common, the product is going to be their LCM. Now the question says that in a span of 1 hour, that is 60 minutes, the 3 bells are going to ring all together how many times? So we can see in 30 seconds bells are ringing 1 time. So in 60 seconds they must be ringing 2 times. So 60 seconds is basically equals to 1 minute. So similarly in 60 minutes they are going to ring how many times? That will be 2 into 60, that will be equals to 120 times. So the correct answer in this case is going to be 120 times, right? Now what the logic which we have seen here, I'm writing here as well. Let's say this is the box I'm making for that logic, that LCM of A, B and C is directly equals to A into B into C. Condition applied in ABC, no prime factor is common. So if there is no prime factor is common, simply their product is going to be their LCM. Now applying the same logic in the coming question. The question says there are 4 bells which are rings after 6, 8, 12 and 18 seconds. So let's say I'm assigning this to be as A, B, C and D. The bell A rings after every 6 seconds, bell B after every 8 seconds, C 12 seconds and finally D 18 seconds. Now the question is, if the 3 bells and they started at 12 o'clock, how many times they can be ring heard simultaneously within 6 minutes of the time? Right, so 6 minutes are basically equivalent to 6 into 30, that will be equals to 360 seconds. So the question is, in a span of 360 seconds, how many times the 4 bells are going to ring all together? So bell A must be ringing like 6, 12, 18, 24 and so on. B must be ringing like 8, 16, 24, 32 seconds and so on. C must be ringing like 12, 24, 36, 48 and so on, and D must be ringing like 18, 36, 54, 72 and so on. So what basically I'm doing, I'm writing the multiples of A, B, C, D, that is 6, 8, 12 and 18. So very first common time will be the LCM of time taken by A, time taken by B, time taken by C and time taken by D. So LCM of time taken by A is 6, 8, 12 and 18. Now we can see there must be some prime factors common, so we have to figure out the LCM for the same. That will be 6, 8, 12 and 18. So 6 1 times, 8 2 and 3, then 2 again 4 times, 1 and 3 again 1 time, 4 1 and 3, sorry, this will be 1 and this will be 4 again 1 times. So their LCM will be equals to 6 into 2 into 3 into 4. Okay, we have taken the wrong LCM here, so we are erasing this part. I'm removing this part. Okay, again taking the LCM of the numbers 6, 8, 12 and 18. So this will be 2 3 times, 4, 6 and 9, that will be 3 1 time, 4, 2 and 3, again 2 will be 1 time, 1, 2, 1 and 3, and this will be again 2 and 3. So in this case the LCM is going to be 2, 2, 2, that will be 2 to the power 3 into 3 to the power 2, that will be equals to 72. So that will be equals to 72 seconds. So very first time the 4 bells are going to ring together after 72 seconds. So the question is, how many times they are going to ring in 360 seconds? So that will be 360 divided by 72, that will be equals to 5. So in that case the answer should be 5 times, and that is given as option number B. Mark one thing, don't mark the answer to be as option number A, that is 6. Why so? Because they are saying that we have to exclude the time of the one at the start. So in that case the correct answer is going to be option number B, that is 5.